So it's actually a little bit deeper than that. And yes, you are correct. A lot of people voted for him because he was black. But also, let's keep in mind that some people just didn't know anything about politics or didn't really know anything about government. And the Democratic Party around that time, they had really that the biggest population that really turned out for them was the young generation. And when I mean that, when I say young, these are people that were freshly graduated from high school or who were in college. And when they was registering people to vote, they don't necessarily go down the line of informing them how to vote, what to look at, policies, what's the difference between an executive order, a bill, when something goes through the House or Senate. They weren't necessarily going over that. Then you also had, again, a young generation. I believe around that time, Jeezy came out with, he came out with a music. And the only reason why I know this is because this is BC, guys, before Christ. So Jeezy came out with a song, My President is Black, My Lambo is Blue. And if you're from a city where, you know, certain songs like that really push the agenda, if you know, you know. But also, a lot of people had voted for him because in a way it was like a gotcha get back moment to America, because there was a lot of situations that had happened. This was around the time that hostility and feelings were high, emotions were high, because we were in an unnecessary war. People were not coming back home the same. People were losing their family. There was a lot of things that was coming out, and people just wanted to get rid of the Bush administration around this time. It was also deeper than that because, again, it's back to the aha gotcha moment. This was almost like a payback for all of the white counterparts that didn't stand up for their black counterparts, that didn't stand up when it came to policies, that didn't have their back when it came to policies. And so people looked at it as an aha moment. Again, I'm going to go back to, a lot of people was not informed about government or are not informed about policy, or they're not informed about politics, period. Also, the economy was whew, yeah. Then the very last thing was the fact that, yes, you had a lot of white counterparts that was they were against Obama. But here's the thing: in another perspective or from another environment, it seemed like that it was the only time that they spoke up, and it just so happened to be around the time where a black person was trying to get elected. Prior to that, you really didn't hear a lot of counterparts going to their black counterparts to educate them, to sit down, to walk with them, to even talk politics with them. So it just looked like, wait, the only time that you're now trying to speak up and you're now trying to say X, Y, and Z is because of this black person. Where were you during the Bush administration? Where were you during the Clinton administration? During the Ronald Reagan? That was another thing. A lot of people, listen, the Reagan administration, like that whole time, that really did a big demise to the black community. So yes, a lot of people have voted for him because he was black. But again, they were holding on to a lot of things. There's a lot of things that I could go into, but it just so happened that, wait, y'all only speak up when it came to that. But prior to that, where was y'all speaking up at? Where was y'all in the community? So that's what it looked like. Now, I can say, because I have completely changed. I'm grateful that God has placed me around people that have taken the time to speak to me about a lot of stuff. Again, the only reason why they spoke to me about it was because of the fact that I presented myself as a Christian. However, I was voting for stuff that I didn't even have the full knowledge of. And it was just the grace of God that they were like, hey, let me school you on this. And then also, too, a lot of the counterparts that were trying to educate, um, they could come off interesting. And it really take a person with tough skin to kind of filter through the information to be able to hear certain things. But you're absolutely correct.